You know what's awesome? Base trays. You wanna know why they're awesome? Because you can move a good chunk of your army around on the board without having to move them individually, one by one. But you know what sucks about base trays? Well, here's a base tray. And it's got a miniature on it. But it's not magnetized. Oh look, I just broke a fucking arm. But you're in luck, because today we're going to teach you how to put magnets on your Conquest stands. This way you don't have to worry about shit like that happening. Hey guys, welcome to a quick video on how I magnetize my Conquest stands. Now, you're going to start with the bases, and I do these. This is all you need right here. So you need your stand, obviously your bases. I use quarters, but you can get something that's equivalent, that's metal, tiny magnets, a hobby knife, and Gorilla Glue. Now I use this for mostly the big stuff. This is more of like a precise nozzle. So, first thing we're going to do, oh look, my magnet's stuck to my hobby knife. Before you even put your models on your bases, this is good for weight. Just flip it around. Right, and quarters work good for these bases. Pick some Gorilla Glue. I'm just gonna stick it in the bottom of the base. Just like that. Do you have two nice little globs? Or a nice glob, right? And then you're just gonna take your quarter, slide it in. Slide it in. Yeah, I use quarters because I'm like a high roller. Anyways, so you're gonna let those dry, put them off to the side. Now the magnets for the base itself are tiny, so they're all stuck together, right? So I'm gonna take out 4, 1, 2, keep them separated because they'll stick together, 3, 4. So these guys are actually, what are they, like 2 millimeters thick by, what is that, 3 millimeters diameter. So, oh, and they're very magnetic. You see that pop? Look crazy, right? And whatever. So, you're going to take your hobby knife, and all I do is find the center of one of the base holes, right? And I just gently stab it inside and twirl. So you're basically drilling a hole with it. So you're going to get your start hole, and you're just going to continue to scrape until you get a hole. Right? Now you got your hole. Now you don't want to make the hole too big. Right? And you're going to come around and you're going to say, okay, so you've got yourself a hole that almost looks like could be 3 millimeters. Clean off the excess on the back of the base tray or the stand. And you take one of your magnets and you're going to slide it in to see if it fits in the hole, if you have to make it bigger. This one looks like it might fit. Well, just need a little bit bigger. Right, clean that hole up a little bit. Take the magnet, slide it across, and look at that. It fits nice. So I'm going to do that with the other 3. Right, so remember, find a center, drill in with your hobby knife, feel it slide it to the other side. It doesn't have to be exactly center because your metal is on the plate or on the base, right? So it's still going to hit it. Just going to come around and clean. Right, 2 more to go. Let's try it out again. It really doesn't take long. Then, clip the back. Try this out. Oh, 1 more hole to go. I think those holes might be a little bit small, but we're going to test it out after I get my starter holes on. And My son came downstairs, so it's probably going to get loud and obnoxious again. That is the pleasures of being a father. That's okay. I love my kids. They're awesome. Alright. So, let's check out. Let's clean this back. See if any of these holes... Now, if the hole is a little bit bigger, it can be a pain in the butt when gluing. So it's very important to try to make the hole the right size. So we're going to try all these holes. So that is good. Let's try that one. Like I said, I'm just sliding it. It's a pain in the butt, but that one needs to be bigger. That one's good. And let's see this one. So I think these two might need to be bigger. These top two. So we're just gonna clean it up a little bit. Don't go too far. And clean this because it does create a hole quite quickly. Okay, let's try this one. Okay, so that's good. Let's try this one. That looks like it's good. Yep. So you see how it's like just perfect in there? You want to make sure it is. Because when you glue, so I'm going to use the other Gorilla Glue now. It's got a finer tip on it, and it's got a squeeze sides, right? So, the reason why I use Gorilla Glue is because I'm gluing non-plastic to plastic, right? Magnets. So, good thing about this is because you're doing it with metal, so I'm just going to put glue on the inside of the holes. Because you're doing with the quarters, you don't have to worry about making sure your magnets are the right side up or whatever, right? Because you're not doing magnet to magnet. Now that you get the glue in the holes, you're going to take all 4 of your magnets and slide them in one by one. And 3. And 4. So what we're going to do is go on around the back, and you're going to kind of like make sure that they're flush with the bottom of the base spot, because you need them sticking up just a tad to make contact with that quarter. So that's that. I've got 2 more stands I need to do, and then I'll show you after when we're going to spray them all black and get them prepared for basing. Alright guys, so my magnets dried into the stand, and then I went and gave it a black primer, because I usually do that before I start my basing anyways. So you can see that the magnets are in there, but they're black. I usually go around it with black paint after I do the basing, so it looks like on the bottom. Don't really care for it. And you've got your bases with the quarters. So drop it in. You can see that they automatically sit in there, and they are in there, guys. They are not coming out. Right? So if I were to have to pop these out because they are magnetic, but if I were to take a miniature, let's take one of these stands for now. These are trolls, and they're magnetic. Right, so that's what it looks like after they're done. They just pop in there, and literally I've got my trolls upside down. They're not falling out, right? It's perfect. Do it that way, and you won't have to worry about your models falling out of your bases. You guys have just watched another PaulyBones Tabletop Miniatures YouTube video. Thank you. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe.